What's up, guys? I'm back with some more New Nation by Nerd Central, aka me. What I gotta say, if there's any confusion, try to ask me in the comments. If it's gonna involve a spoiler, I can't answer it, sorry. But let's get on. So, last we left off, there's a meeting between what's left of the Congress, because remember, they're all officers in the battle, so some of them may have died. So, yeah. And they're in Mexico, fleeing the British Army. So, meanwhile, in the Congress chamber, the head speaker said, "Who will be next?" The two leaders. The whole room flared up in debate. "I will, I will." This went on for about 1 minute. Cox was tired of all this. He drew his pistol and pointed it straight in the air and fired. The room looked at Cox. "Now," he said, "if you had any military experience previous to the events of last week, tell me your rank." 5 people stood up, including Cox, who was already standing. The first 2 was a captain named Charlie Wilkes. And Cox. "Very well," the speaker said. "You are the new leaders." And the other men who stood up were just privates. The speaker paused and then spoke again. "Now, the issue of forces." Cox stood up from his seat and said, "Our troops have been recruiting local American people." "How many?" a member asked. 500, so now the Americans are up to 1,000. A member asked, 500? "That won't be good enough," responded the member. Cox thought for a minute and then said, "What if we had the Mexican troops backing us?" "What if they don't?" said the eager member. At this point, the whole room had only interest in the 2 men we're talking about. "Oh, they will, because our scouts said that they have crossed the border." The speaker stood up and said, "Very well, Wilkes and Cox, go speak with the mayor. You have a meeting set up." So, when they say they have crossed the border, they're referring to the British, just so we can clear that. So the British have crossed the border illegally against all treaties, and that's going to flare up the Mexicans. So Wilkes and Cox left and they rode off. When they got to the meeting hall, they found not a meeting, but a war room. The head officer greeted them by saying, "Hello, my name is Senor Jose." Cox now realized that this was the time to ask and said, "Who are you preparing to fight against, Senor?" The officer looked back and said, "Two simple words, your foe. We will give 1,000 troops to you. Then, given we ride together," Jose responded. "Yes, senor." He paused and then spoke again. "We leave tomorrow." Wilkes spoke. "Yes, senor." Then, two men, oh, I'm looking at the wrong page, that's why, left. Now in the early morning, almost 5,000 troops were at any minute. Sorry, that was a typo on my part. 2,000 troops were any minute going to be on. Well, it was 5,000, excuse me, I messed up on the first thing. We're gonna be on the march to be a man wall against the men of England. Cox and the ranking officers took the front to column. Each soldier knew by the end of the week they'll be dead or alive. Before marching off, Wilkes turned around and said a few words. "May God preserve us." the men started to march, and so began the second try to free America. When the night fell and the men set up camp, they rested. Only the sounds and Jose playing the battle because a scout reported that the British would be there by lunchtime. So the plan was to get everyone up early. The troops could build an earth wall. In the morning, by the time the Brits arrived, the wall was 3 feet tall and 2 feet thick. So the front reloaded, they'd be safe. Cox went to try to peace talk with the opposing general. Okay, to kind of catch you guys up, basically what has happened is they know the British are going to come, so they get somewhere where they know the British are going to be coming, and they set up like a wall that's made out of dirt 2 feet thick and then 3 feet tall, so the front can reload their guns, and, well, the back shoots, and even the third rank could shoot. And they're getting help from this guy called Senor Jose. I say, since we're about to get into a battle, we can go ahead and end the video, but I'm going to say one thing. I've only written to the half point of this battle, or like 2/3 of the way done with this battle. So, as you keep that in mind, I may not have another part up for maybe a few days, maybe a week. So, this will give you time to ask me questions, and I'll answer them the best I can.